Let's talk referral sources and why they're going to be important early on in your business and throughout the life of your business. Referral sources is going to be something that you want to build from the start. And building referral sources, to give you the importance behind this, think about it in your own shoes. Many businesses are always, when you look at a business, when you kind of dive into them, we expect them to talk highly about themselves. It's very, very good to see a business who says, hey, we suck. We're not good at what we do. So when we talk highly about ourselves and our business and talk about how we've been in business for 10 years or how we're great at this or here's what we're good at, that's expected. But what really works is when somebody else talks about your business. And this is why we spend a lot of time looking at reviews and looking at feedback in regards to products we buy and businesses that we buy from or work with. So that's no different for you. You want to build people and a network of sources of people who are ready to talk about you and what you do. All right. And this is something you want to start building from the start. Some of the other videos I talked about when you're first getting your first client to maybe do some free trials and build case studies. The reason why I like that is because you immediately are building a referral source for yourself. Someone who will speak highly of you that you've built a relationship with, because they're going to be super helpful in you either bringing in leads and bringing in prospects or helping you close the deal. I can't tell you how many times, guys, I've had somebody who's right on the fence and asks, well, do you have anybody that I can speak to? And I say, yeah, I actually have a few. Let me send you their information. And they've came back and done business with us because that was just that last piece missing that they hadn't seen from us yet. And they wanted to hear from somebody else other than ourselves on how our system works. The same is going to go for you. I love referral sources based on just getting opportunities in the first place. The best sales calls you're ever going to have are people who already know about what you do and have heard from somebody else about how good you are. They're going to be ready to buy and they're going to have that trust. And the biggest thing that you can have in business is trust. So now that you know how important referral sources are, let's talk about how to build them and how to use them. So getting a referral source, your main strategy early on is probably going to be doing a free trial or building upon giving someone something for free, showing them how you do it, and then helping them out, and in return asking them for a case study or for a referral, right? But you don't always have to go that route. You may, your first client, have a ton of success, and immediately, I'll tell you right now, that should be your referral source. You're trying to go from your first client to your second, to your fifth, to your 10th, and onwards. That person is going to be the one who you say, hey, I would really appreciate it if you could let other people know about what we do. Or if somebody ever asks for a referral, would you be open to telling them about how we have done for you? So, a couple ways that you can use that referral source. Facebook groups and YouTube are the two biggest for us. Facebook groups, you would have them post openly in a group with your prospect targets. So if you're in roofing, you would have them post about it in a roofing group. And you'll simply just have them give you a shout out in there about the level of service you've provided and what you're good at. Sometimes these are best when someone comments with that referral. So an example of that would be somebody is in a post asking about marketing help or asking about a service that they can use to help them build their business, and your referral source commenting and saying, we work with such and such and they've been great for us. Reach out to them. You would be surprised how many people will come in and start a conversation with you based on that. We actually just had that happen earlier this week, and it was funny enough, it was actually a competitor of ours who we have a really good relationship with. He shouted us out in a comment in regards to Facebook marketing. And since that comment, we've had about 5 to 10 different people reach out either through, I think it's probably been like 8, I believe, in total. And they reached out via Facebook Messenger. We had a phone call from one, and then one reached out on our business page as well. So for you guys early on, that's huge. You're looking for as many opportunities as you can get. And over the life of your business, that's great, right? You want more ammo to have sales calls with and more ammunition to build a business, okay? So Facebook groups is a really big one. I've mentioned this before in other videos as well. YouTube. So one of our clients, our early clients, we've been with him for a long time. We worked with him. He did a video on YouTube, talked about his business, talked about how he's getting a lot of that business, mentioned us, and then tagged us in the description. And we still, to this day, get calls from that. It's been about 2.5 years that video has been up. and we still get calls. He has a distinct booking lead strictly for him. That's how we know. And we still get calls in from that video. I can't tell you how many people have moved forward with us because of that video. So those are two very key resources for you when it comes to referrals. All right. So Facebook, YouTube, other areas of opportunity for referral sources could be in other platforms, LinkedIn, Instagram, really anything social media, them posting on their own social media. I prefer groups if you can, because if it's a large group, you're going to have a lot of people who are going to see it and they're going to be in that target market. Whereas if they did it on their own personal Facebook, they may have a handful of business owners, especially if you have an exact industry. It's probably going to be few and far between. But if they post it in a group or a setting like that, I think it puts you in a better spot for people to see it. And they're going to take that and run with it. This is somebody who, without really any reason, is giving you good feedback and letting other people know in their industry about it. They're going to take that for what it's worth, right? So that is a really key way to start building your infrastructure. And the cool thing that you could do with this, if you're able to get a few different referral sources, even 2 or 3, if they are kind of repeatedly talking about you in some of those groups, people are going to start to recognize and acknowledge that you're an expert in the space. And when you could build that kind of pillar, it puts you in a really good spot. So then you start to build either your own group or inside of those groups, that sort of authority that, hey, you know exactly what you're doing. You work with this industry and you build that 2 ways. One, using your referral sources who are talking about you anytime anything that you provide is brought up. But 2, you specifically talking in a group, giving value, right? So when you're in a group and you're talking yourself, you're not talking about how great you are. You're not talking about your business specifically. You're giving value. You're giving tips. You're answering comments. You're helpful. That way they're familiar with you, but they're not familiar with you just pitching your services. They're familiar with you giving value, and you're getting talked about in how good you are from other people. And those things together are going to bring you a lot of potential opportunities in that industry. So please do not sleep on referral sources. This is going to be one of the best ways for you to build your business. And it is pretty easy to do. Again, whether it's through free trials and case studies early on, or through your own clients you build, even your first one, if you have success, build that relationship, build that rapport, because you'd be surprised how many of them start to build a relationship with you and will care about your success as much as their own, especially if you're doing well by them.